It's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. We're talking college football, West Virginia, Texas Tech. We've got a promo code for you guys. Use the code BIG10, BIGTEN, if you want 20% off the entire site at Picks and Parlays. West Virginia favored -3. The total is 55. West Virginia is 3-1, 2-1-1 against the number, and Texas Tech comes in 1-3 straight up and against the spread. So -3 looks a little small in this one to me, and so does the total. Anything that sticks out to you, Sean Higgs, about this matchup and some of these lines that look a little suspect to me?
Yes and no to the suspect line here. The 55, let's start there, because I kind of like the under here. West Virginia playing some defense, 18.8 points a game. Big 12 showing up some defense. Very rare, very rare. And let's be honest, they're actually, I think, the best of the bunch here. I'm looking at their scores, 38-17, 27-21, lost to Okie State 27-13, and 56-10 EKU, which, come on, let's start that 56 points. What you see there is the defense has been pretty consistent, even versus Big 12 competition. Not like they're not giving up some random 45-point game like we've seen out of all these teams. So what I'm buying in defense here. I'm going to lay the 3. Yeah, it looks a little low, but I think people see Texas Tech as, that Texas game where they lose 63-56 is in everybody's head like, oh, they should have won that game. That was their Super Bowl. They came in, they barely beat Houston Baptist by 2 points. And what? 31-15. 15 points versus Iowa State. That's what they scored. 31-21 K-State. This is not a good team. Their coach, goodbye. You've lost 9 out of 10 in Big 12 play. You're on your way out. West Virginia's on their way up. Lay to 3, and that's the official play for the deal. But I also like the under. So put them together, have some fun. Tease them, round robin, whatever you got to do. Make some money. West Virginia,
Well,
Mountaineers.
that's what
Let's go, Mountaineers.
I thought that West Virginia would be favored by more. That's what I was referencing. I don't know how I said that, if I used the terminology wrong. But yeah, it just looks like on paper, Texas Tech, not that great of a team. Even when it comes to against the number, 1-3 against the spread. So it looked like a smaller number than I would have expected here. I thought West Virginia would at least be touchdown favorites. I guess they are playing at Texas Tech.
Exactly. You throw the road in there, so that's going to bring it down a little bit. People are going to jump on Texas Tech still thinking this is like air raid and we're going to chuck it all over the field. But I don't know. I think that's a little name brand recognition, and maybe they're not that high on West Virginia. I don't know. Yes, it looks a little low, but it's a good number, because if you're thinking that they're Baylor-esque, and that was a 27-21 game, so maybe they're thinking, all right, it's kind of the same kind of teams. That's the only way I'm kind of looking at it. Why the line be 3? But I don't know. I think West Virginia, who's winning this conference here? This is theirs. Oklahoma State's probably the best of the bunch, but these guys pretty good. Let's go. Win it for Major Harris. Let's go old school here. Come on, West Virginia.
Well, that's going to do it for our college football talk here on Picks and Parlays. Thanks, Sean Higgs, for joining us. Always good stuff from Sean Higgs.